Hello Internet, Sir Muttonchops here. Welcome back. We're in Kithakor Forest this time. And as you can see, I've stumbled upon some fat loots, which I can't use, but perhaps somebody in my guild can, so I went ahead and decided let's put an all points bulletin out there and see if somebody can run over and snatch it up. And they did, thankfully. Didn't go to the rotting gods out there. So that was pretty cool. It's not the best weapon out there, especially for Kunark era, but pre-Kunark it's a pretty solid two-hand slashing, and if you're going to throw it on a newbie alt, why not? Anyway, yeah, this is all about the named mobs that I can kill at level 40. This being one of them, very easy. He's green con, as you can see. And I've got a Staff of Battle there. It's a pretty solid two-hand blunt weapon for a monk, and used it for several levels. It's really good when these guys have damage shields to go ahead and use a two-hand blunt or two-hand slashing, depending on your class. And I'm just going to lay him to waste. Well, sort of. Kind of derping out here in the third-person view, but well, we're going to kill him nonetheless. Trying to get the braided ivy cords off him, but those are pretty rare. And, well, they're going to prove to be too rare this time because, well, they're just not going to drop. We get the, I don't know, some kind of ivy rune that's needed for ranger armor, some kind of quest armor. I think it's the epic quest armor or whatever. Every class gets one except for monks, it seems. But yeah, Thistle Underbrush did not drop that. There's another named brownie there as well. There also is a little camp with brownie merchants and brownie guards. I plan on absolutely annihilating all of them, as I hate brownies. Nillypuss is not excluded. And I like collecting the brownie parts because you can make some chocolate, and then later on, I believe in Velios there's more recipes for baking, and I'm a master baker and a masturbator. That's an old joke, stupid old joke from it's like a third, well, not even a third grade joke. I don't even know what that is. It's just lowbrow. But hey, I don't have any highbrow going on here. So anyway, yeah, I killed Nillypuss, and I got to run over to the bank and get another little Jum stock. I think I have like 3 or maybe 4 in the bank. I can't remember. But you need 4 in total, and you turn them into a halfling that runs around. You'll see him here in a little bit. Right now, I'm kind of getting everything situated. I don't know why I'm grabbing this plat. You'll see me grab some platinum out real quick. Maybe it's for a port. That's the only thing I can surmise because, I don't know. I usually try to tip somewhere between 50 and 70 platinum per port on mainland, like the main 3 continents. And then if it was to Kunark, I would obviously try to aim somewhere near 100, but I didn't have a lot in the way of platinum at this level still. I think once you can fear kite hill giants, especially the ones in Wrath Mountains, then you're pretty much set. Actually, I don't know if you would want to do that there unless it's snared. If you fear kite them in North Corona, I don't know what I'm thinking there, because you'll get a lot of aggro, because there's just a lot of wandering mobs, including that named Drake, which you'll see in the future. I guarantee it. I hate that mob. If anyone wants to do their Shadow Knight epic and they need some DPS, and you got to kill that Drake, call me up, contact me, get a hold of me. I want to kill that Drake. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Anyhow, you can see there I got my 3 heads that are necessary for the purple headband, I believe. So yeah, I'm getting there. I'm slowly but surely getting closer to the row of the lost circle. It's taking its time. I'm not the fastest quester out there, but well, I'm trying to do this quest right now, and I can't find. I think his name's Hibbs Rootenpaw or something like that. They all have very strange, peculiar names. I think he just ran over there into that tunnel. Yeah, I saw him. He's pretty fast, and there he goes out of there. Yeah, that's ridiculously fast. He's almost like Hassan Bootstrutter. That guy's just, he's like the Roadrunner. But yeah, I'm gonna do right here is gonna hand them in separately, each one. Well, not separately, but you'll see. In each slot, you gotta do one at a time, and you can get back certain items. There's like a runner's ring, a few other things. Some really kind of meh items, to be honest. But there's this amulet that's poison resistant. It's like 15 or, I guess 15 or 10 resist versus poison. But I'm not going to be getting it. It's a pretty rare reward. I get a lousy compass which sells back for like 2 platinum, if that. So yeah, he can piss off. But his name was Rebo Leafsway. I don't know who Hibbs Rootenpaw is. It's stuck in my head. The name's stuck in my head, so it worked. The creators of this game are able to subliminally put odd names in my brain. If there's ever a test out there in college for Everquest, I'm sure I'll get an A. But yeah, here is Grimfeather. This beast floats around in North Corona. Very high level mob. Needed for again for the Ranger armor quest. I think it's like not Thorny Vine. I forget what it's called. Ivy Etched. Ivy Etched. Thorny Vine is the stuff that drops in the plains. Ivy Etched armor is the stuff you quest for, and you have to kill him. He drops one of the runes, and I don't know. Yeah, that could be multi-quested. You can do that on your own. I could do that on my monk and then just sell the pieces because they aren't no drop. But this guy is pretty hard. He killed one of the group mates of Antheres, and I showed up a little bit late, downed him, and we're like, okay, and then he pops up again, so we figure let's just get some revenge. Antheres stayed around. I believe he was a wizard. He left. He about had it. I don't blame him. I hated this mob. But as you can see there, I used a little trick of pulling Grimfeather to the guards, and this works really good, to great effect, because it'll kill both the guards easily, and be left around 40 to 50% health, and that's enough for you to be able to kill him without not getting the experience and loot. So you should be able to do this with some success. Might want to have a healer at level 40. I was not able to solo Grimfeather until 41, and I say solo with the help of the guards, so there's some fine print there, because this is a very hard-hitting mob. But good experience in between killing giants at 41, 42, killing not Grimfeather, killing, what are they called? Oh god, griffins, jeez. My brain refuses to work today. But yeah, I've got a Woo's Trance Stick there in my main hand. I don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe for the proc. I should have my Jade Mace out. But whatever. I guess I'm just being weird, being strange. So yeah, not a lot in the way of loot for Grimfeather, but pretty good experience. Griffins and Hill Giants drop pretty solid loot, especially the Hill Giants, unless some rogue has come through and pickpocketed all of them, which they do on this server. You gotta watch out. They'll pickpocket and they'll just leave them up, and you basically have to take out the trash for them. So yeah, Griffin Eye and a Rune of Ivy. We don't need those, either of us, because I believe Antheri was a druid, and I am a monk. So we could have quested it, but well, whatever. And I'm gonna try to solo Grimfeather this time. Not gonna work too well for me. Just gonna go ahead and say that. But yeah, you pull it to the guards. If you have Feign Death, it works really well because, well, as you can see, immediately aggroes, and the guards tear it up pretty well. Sometimes it varies. You can get them pretty close. Sometimes even 30-35% HP for Grimfeather, and then you basically have it all to yourself. I feign death after the guards do their work and they're gone, just so that I can kind of rinse the memory of what just happened there. I don't know the technical wording for that, but you get what I'm saying. I don't want to kill Grimfeather and not get the experience and not get the loot, because that would just absolutely suck. A waste of time entirely. But it's raining, as it seems to do a lot in this game, just non-stop. Sometimes it's like 3 or 4, 5 day cycles in game, and you're just absolutely wanting to slit your wrists just to see color. And unless there's a high-level druid in the zone to turn off the rain for you, if they're so kind, you're pretty much SOL. And as you can see here, it really does hinder your vision. In the background, there's quite a bit of fog. It's the same case with snow. And yeah, that's part of Everquest, I guess. Now, the funny thing I always find is that if you were to go, say, to East Corona from here or South Corona, it would be sunny in either of those zones. But because I'm in this zone right now, it has to rain on me. It's like the Truman Show. I've got a shower head just hanging right above me, and it follows me wherever I go. And it's pretty annoying for when you're trying to look for named mobs, but it's a part of the game, and I'm glad it's there. For the most part, I guess. I don't know. Begrudgingly, I'm glad it's there. But yeah, as you can see, I'm utilizing these 2 guards. Now, some people could say that this is an exploit, but I don't see it as such. It's a tactic. I'm using the environment. I'm not using any pathing issues. I'm not cheating in any way. I'm just taking what's there, the NPCs, and using them against other NPCs. Just like in Furonia Bay, they have wandering pilgrims versus wandering drovlogs or wandering drachnids. So, hey, it works. Sometimes it doesn't, as you'll see here. But yeah, one thing you might want to note is that if you're going to go and try to pull Grimfeather to these guards, keep in mind that shamans and necromancers alike do kill these guards quite often, especially necromancers. While gypsies are their bread and butter, they will come up to this tower specifically to hunt these guards, as their shields sell for quite a bit to the merchants, and it's just good all-around XP for them. Not a long time for respawn. So yeah, keep that in mind. You don't want to have an oh shit moment when you pull Grimfeather to the tower and have no backup. There's no backup, and I've had that happen a couple times. Thankfully, Feign Death did not fail me then. Just like it won't fail me now. You're about to see. And it's also to point out that this is just, it's not a cheat, because as you can see here, those two guards, yeah, they whittled the mob down, but I still needed to beat it, and it just did not happen. It just did not happen. That is a very strong named mob. So I went ahead and decided to go elsewhere, as I do in this game quite often. I'm going to camp Gracnus. Now, also another name that spawns here is Pitfighter Dob. He drops some kind of tongue, but I don't know what that's for. Some Ixar quest probably. Not very important if you're just looking for some high-end items to sell in auction. Now, it's important to note that Pitfighter Dob is a higher level than Gracnus himself. They both hit very hard. Pitfighter Dob also has some kind of proc when he attacks you that diseases you for 12 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more or less. Very annoying, very frustrating mob. You'll get one or two of these pop up in a row, sometimes side by side. Many can be up all around the zone, so you be forewarned. They are very hard, but at level 40 you should have no problem taking them down. That said, people do come to this camp regularly looking to camp these, looking to farm them, because the earrings aren't lore, and they sell for about 2.5k. The totems, Totem of the Warrior Spirit, sells for about 1k, a little bit more sometimes. But that is lore, as are the gloves, Ixar scaled gloves, which are pretty much just given to anyone in the zone. You'll end up doing that quite a lot. That is the mantra. That's the thing that'll drive you mad, because you won't loot anything else. You'll just loot the gloves, and you'll slash OOC. You know, gloves are rotting. Come and get them if you want them. So yeah, that's the one thing that you're going to be seeing a lot if you do this camp. But yeah, just throwing out some little bits of info for anyone who's looking to head into this zone and maybe camp these. I lucked out with this one. This is just one. It wasn't my first one, mind you. But I want to go ahead and show it off here. I may get some footage later on of this camp in particular, because, I don't know, you can kill a lot of them and pretty much almost wipe the entire camp before you can get a couple spawns. So yeah, that about does it for now. On to West Commonlands we go, and thank you for watching.